Hi, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. We're very happy that you are here. Today, I have with me the very impersonable Maxim Sobolev, who is our CEO here at Sippy Software. And he and I are going to start the presentation and hear our interactions to take you through some information from our 2024 year here at Sippy Soft. And we're also going to share with you some introductions to some team members who are going to tell you a little bit about 2025, what we've got planned, and what we did in 2024. We expect that this hour is going to have a lot of information for you on the technical side, some information for you to share details about support, some changes that we've made, some improvements that we made, both through the software, which is something that we do on a regular basis, and to tell you what we've got planned for 2025. Max, in particular, is very interested in showing you what we've got coming up for 2025, some of the improvements that we've made to the soft switch. In case you don't already know, my name is Fred Marquin, and I am responsible for all commercial things here at Sippy. I work directly with Max, and I'm very glad that he is here to answer a few questions. Max, what do you think is most interesting about this 2025 presentation that we're doing?
Oh, there are a bunch of interesting parts. I think people will from pretty much kinds of technical levels will find something interested. But let's not jump ahead of ourselves. And I think we have a pretty good broad range of topics, and also maybe some of the customers who work with us for like many years will find some familiar names and be able to match like face to person, and kind of it's always interesting. But yeah, it's been pretty good year here at CP. So I mean we're pretty happy and think we did this probably like a few years started doing this annual update like few years ago, and it's been doing great. I think gives everyone on the team a chance to participate and tell about stuff that gets improved. But anyway, let's get jump to our presentation here, shall we?
Go, by all means, please.
All right, hello everyone, and thank you for coming to our presentation. As I said, I'm going to talk a little bit giving you a little bit on our view about what we did in the past year to improve our product and services, as well as it will kind of give you some of the topics that are going to be expanded by my team members afterwards. So let's get started. What is CP? We've been around for quite some time, and what the original mission of the CP software was to create software that is both affordable and reliable. So basically, those things that separate CP from many other solutions is that we always try to optimize uh, optimize the software to provide the best reliability for affordable host. So the trend that main goal remains pretty much unchanged. We continue on this path, but we also work on along the way. We also try to improve performance. So basically, performance is also important. So last year we worked pretty hard. And pretty much most of the team participated in some way in this work. We made quite a lot of improvement in our core call processing logic. Basically deliver 50% in many cases improvement on the same hardware. So essentially, if you're running CP 2023, we can expect after upgrading to 2024, your performance of your system potentially will improve as much as 50% or more. Since it's quite important development, we also offer this as additional upgrade option for our existing 2023 customers. So if you're having one of our systems and want to make it faster, you can get it updated anytime. Also improves call processing latency. So basically, your calls start running faster, and this is overall very good improvement. And obviously, it's will be included in the CP 2024 version, which is going to be announced later this year. So it's going to be pretty much usual. We've been doing this for like almost 20 years now, so we'll include latest stable versions of the OS. Database server also upgrade OpenShips component, all of our own components like RTP proxy and everything else, and hundreds of other packages that usually ship with CP 2024. My colleague Pavel is going to be talking about this in more details. Then a lot of work went also into, since security is also important. I mean, usually like it goes like reliability, and then we also look at security aspect. And security is pretty much like an onion, so you basically build it in layers, and you make improvements into particular layers. Again, we did quite a lot of improvement in the way we store sensitive information like credit card numbers or credentials for outbound connections. So this should be pretty good, a good improvement overall. They continue on this path because, as I said, this is pretty much always work in progress, and we're looking forward to continue this work in the future releases. Then we have quite a lot of API improvement. Our team worked pretty hard on implementing new APIs, as well as we have more than 700 tests, almost 800 tests, and this number keeps growing with every release, which becomes pretty important because obviously it's pretty much impossible to test all of them manually, especially with as we make more and more specialized APIs for different parts of management. And then we're making some improvements in the call features and new calling handling calls and adding new features. A lot of improvements went into stir shaking. We got some production, a lot of quite actually now production developments, and we expect stir shaking to continue to be pretty important, especially now that it gets kind of expanded into Europe. And we also did implement quite a lot of DTLS support, and also planning to offer some kind of built-in WebRTC integration. There is also some work being done on call recording and integration, which I will be talking a little bit more in a bit. So we also worked put quite a lot of work into making new products and modules. So already starting deploying CPPBX instances. That's generally available, and you can reach out to Fred. And then cloud backup is operational, and we've been offering it as additional service to our existing and new customers. We're also looking at the potential ability to also offer CP on Azure in addition to AWS. That's a little bit blocked by the resources internally at Sippy, but it works. We just probably need more customers. If you guys need it, let Fred know, and we'll put more effort to make it available. Then on Freight Switch, we also have started rolling out some early previews. So that's again, if you have any questions about that, you can talk to Fred. Then a new development, we've got we released our CP WebRTC phone, which is basically just vanilla core for building your web phone, and you can easily take it and build your own wrapper and brand it as you want. And it's pretty much easily integrated, can be easily integrated with CP Soft Switch or any other. So here is the project page you see on the screen. So basically gives a little bit of overview of how this works. It is basically just essentially takes the open source components needed and builds Docker image. You can somebody can easily clone it, customize it, brand it however they like, and basically they will run the same pipeline to get it published to the then to you'll get published to the Docker Hub, so you can get it there. So you go to Docker Hub, click search web RTC phone, and it's basically there. So you see, I just recently updated it with the latest CP stack. But basically, it can be then customized and can be deployed at any system. Okay, so CP WebRTC phone. What it is basically, basically this is open source phone that you can get it and deploy it connected to your soft switch or some other soft switch or PBX, customize it easily. So it's all standard based and compatible with all browser and extension. I can show you how this basically works. So basically here we have a GitHub project which contains configuration files that anyone can pull and clone and customize. And this has a script that builds a Docker image, which is then can deploy it whatever system you want to get it deployed. So it looks pretty much like so. So basically, I can pull it from a Docker Hub, and this is just the Linux machine. Then it's all instructions on you can use instructions on the web page to get started. Then you can run it. And now it runs on my internal network on one of the Linux machines here. So it provides several demo applications. Basically, it contains one that is built into SIP.js, but also it has alternative built by my good friend Giovanni Maruselli, open source web phone, which more like phone like, and it provides all the more advanced features which you can then utilize to build your own solution. But I can just for the sake of like making short, let me show you a quick demo with a video call. So what happens in this case, I'm just registering to my local Sippy soft switch server, like development systems that I have on local network, and I'm registering the account there. So basically, if we log in into that server and check for registrations. So here we have the phone registering essentially two accounts into CP soft switch. And the phone itself, it's running on a third server, so that basically acts as a gateway from WebRTC to the SIP and back to the WebRTC. And here you can see I can even make phone call, basically both outbound to SIP and then inbound back to WebRTC. So basically it connects. Hello, hi. And I can also do the same call, same test between my browser and mobile, for example. So basically, this is pretty cool technology that has now been pretty accessible for the customers. And now you can see if I go back to the soft switch to the active calls. Yeah, you see there is this call running. So there is one call that is going between those one for incoming for Bob and then outgoing for Alice. So pretty cool. Now then, as I said, this is pretty customizable. We also include a demo that is available on GitHub that you can build more like a phone looking application. And another last thing that we are working on towards making available to our customers is CPI. So basically, solutions that would allow you to run some useful AI application in a server of reasonable size. So basically, it kind of usable functionality without having your own data center or offloading your audio to a third-party provider. I think it's going to be pretty important for people who are concerned about security and ability to control the environment, which a lot of our customers are. All right, let me show you some presentations. This is basically what we develop in. And basically, we have it running on our own server here in our development rack. Basically, it allows us to receive calls from, for example, somebody like CP Software, and basically answer questions, perhaps general questions about the company, perhaps some more specific questions about particular services and prices and capacities and so on. Basically, trying to develop it into solutions that our customers can deploy and run. So basically, I will show you how it runs right now. And obviously, it's not perfect. We're working on a lot of improvements, and basically, this is going to be progressing very much. It's not a new really project. It's not something that we built overnight. We've been working towards this for the past 2 years, waiting for like hardware to catch up to provide sufficient capacity for to be economically viable for customers. So basically here I have it set up, so I'm calling and
Hello, thank you for calling Sippy Software. This is your assistant. How can I assist you today?
oh, hi, my name is Max. I'm curious about your company and what does it do. Can you give me some information like, you know?
Of course, Max. Sippy Software specializes in developing innovative communication solutions. We provide tools that enhance collaboration and productivity through our suite automation.
Yeah, I'm particularly interested in your soft switch solution. I went through the website. I'm just trying to understand what kind of applications you have for it. Maybe give me some examples of how it's been deployed.
Sure, Max. Our software includes applications like Real, time messaging, video conferencing, and project management tools. These are used to streamline communication and collaboration within teams. For example, we have clients who use our messaging app to keep their remote teams connected, and our video conferencing tool to facilitate virtual meetings. Would you like more specific details on any of these applications?
No, I'm particularly interested from the point of view of operator of like local services in SIP trunking and stuff like that.
Great question, Max. At Sippy Software, we offer robust solutions for telecommunications operators, including SIP trunking and local service management. Our platform supports advanced features such as VoIP services, which allow operators to manage and deliver high-quality voice communications over IP networks. We also provide tools for managing and monitoring SIP trunks to ensure reliable service. Is there anything specific about our offerings in this area that you'd like to know more about?
No, thanks. It's good for now. I'll call you later.
Sure thing, Max. Feel free to reach out if you have any more questions or need further assistance. Have a great day.
Yeah, bye. Yeah. Anyway, so basically, this is pretty big improvement from it. We're not really new in building IVR systems, but previously it was always limited by what you can script with like fixed number of prompts and all that. So this kind of pushes it to the whole new level for the stuff to we can build and services. Well, not we, but our customers. So essentially, if you're interested in deploying this in any of your products and solution, reach out to Fred and we will speak out to you with this. Uh, and then I guess it's end of my part here. So basically, we're looking forward. All that being said, and as much as we're excited with all this new directions that the business will take, we're still kind of committed to providing the best reliability for our customers for the back, and hopefully that will continue, and we like doing it. So back to you, Fred.
That's awesome. Great information, Max. The AI stuff is really interesting, and it's absolutely cutting edge, as you know. One of the questions that came to mind, Max, is how does what we're doing, for example, what you presented in terms of the WebRTC phone and the AI, how that lines up with whatever vision you had for Sippy, way back in 2004 when this whole Sippy company started. How much of what we are doing today lines up with your initial vision from whatever 20 years ago?
We continue doing like right even with the AI. We're not saying, oh, you need to buy like 30 servers and invest $300,000 to get a usable solution. If you want to run your private AI like many other companies, if you go to like big players in this market and try to build like AI solution for your, especially like small business. it will probably be pretty expensive to either to operate or maintain, or it will not be very secure, right? So we basically continuing. It's the same like we did back then when SIP was just starting, like taking over. We wanted to build something that is both affordable and reliable, right? So basically in this price range, and obviously this is how we take it on AI, because many companies try it from the other side. They try to build something very big and complicated, which costs a lot of bills, but it basically how they build it, and we built it differently. Yeah.
Right. So it sounds like, at least in terms of the marketability and the type of customer that we serve, that your vision is absolutely stable from when we first started, because it sounds like what you're saying is that what we aim to do is to sell our products and to provide solutions to companies that are not looking for spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to get what the companies that do spend that kind of money actually can get, right? So it sounds like in terms of that, that our vision is very much aligned, which is a great thing. What about Max, in terms of what we are doing with AI? Do you foresee any of what's going on in the AI space becoming more sort of an internal function of the soft switch that's not necessarily a paid module or a paid or separate piece of software? Are you looking to integrate any part of AI into the soft switch?
Well, probably for the time being, it's probably going to be like separate module, probably more like a custom tailored solution, because right now we don't we don't have like huge like market as now, but we try to build it as general as possible. It's how we build it. Essentially, to give you the idea of how Sippy started, we started building like more like soft switches. It was custom. We took our open source code and tried to customize it for every customer. And then we kind of decided that, like, instead of building something for everyone different, we try to build, learn of what we kind of learn building for like smaller one customer, and then make it usable for like any customer. So essentially we are in this phase, I would say. This is going to be like work for the next many years for us to develop. So for us, it's like not a new project or something. We just started. I mean, as I mentioned, the core that we built we built in this own. We've been working on for 2 years, but I've been myself experimenting with various small AI projects on my private time, and of my just curiosity for since probably before COVID. So like there are some actually repositories I published back then. It was interesting. I might something I want to revisit at some point.
Yeah, it's very exciting, and I mean, I think the AI stuff is absolutely cutting edge, right? As we saw the presentation that you did there, the demo. I mean, on my side, I'm a little concerned that I might be out of a job, but
Oh yeah,
I can
yeah,
guarantee you, our viewing audience who knows me and who interacts with me on a regular basis, that the AI is very good and it can answer sales questions, but I bet you it cannot drink tequila or meet with you at any of the conferences that we go to. So they're not gonna share.
This is it. At least not at the moment. Maybe later. But that's the next level.
Yeah,
Yes, for the
yeah. So
next
we'll
50 years, maybe. I don't know. Till
we'll see how well it goes at drinking the tequila.
yeah.
Okay, so
On a more but more on like a practical side of things. I recently posted actually on LinkedIn. Maybe we can post a link somewhere up there. Um, basically the idea there is that you can from the server something like I using for my development you can extract quite good value of by replacing some live agent of some service of some sorts of call center. So instead of paying some live people who are, you know, paid minimal wage and basically just there to read some script, there will be a machine that will take over. And I'm like a lot of people are like scared of it. At least on that end, I'm not going. Well, staying on our field, I guess, not going into like AGI matters, but at least in our field, I see this as a positive development. Because I don't know about you, Fred, but I hate like when you call your bank and then or CRA or whoever, like government, and then they put you on a hold for like 30 minutes, and you're like, what the
Mhm.
fuck is this I'm doing? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that the other positive thing about this.
I mean, it might not be perfect, and it might at this moment, but I mean, we basically this show is more or less that we are not talking as we as CP software, but as a field that works on this more and more, they train better models which won't make some stupid mistakes, and so basically you'll get better service at the end of the day on this is widely deployed, especially in like countries like, for example, in Canada. I think it's uh, like when you have like bilingual population, where or trilingual, whatever, like, and you're required to provide services. Like in some states, for example, even in the United States, they give you like Chinese and Spanish options in many states. As part of like government or some kind of local services which try to reach out for or need to deal with different non-native speakers, for example. So basically that's where those will also be very useful, because then the system can speak any language and without an accent and anything like that.
Yeah, and there's a number of people like myself who prefer to hear a voice rather than to read an answer. Chatbots are available, as you know, but it's also something that is useful for getting a straight answer very quickly. So when you're on,
Yeah. But other things that we're coming to a point where you cannot really tell reliably with any certainty that whether or not you're talking to a person or a robot anymore. So basically, right now it's still what we develop is a little bit primitive, because we still don't have sufficiently good models to do like full circle AI. So basically, it still patches different smaller models and a little bit junky in the places. But as the field develops and they try better models, open source models, as I said, it's going to be more and more human-like, and yeah, yeah, it's basically just will take lot of those responsibilities, and probably for the you know good for everyone, because yeah, I said those also not exactly like highest paying jobs. So
yeah. And I mean, on the other side, if we're talking about the entire bit of your presentation, the WebRTC phone, I have on a regular basis received calls from customers who are saying something on the other side of it is not very cutting edge, but it's something that's absolutely critical to the functioning of of any business essentially. So the fact that you've got Giovanni to have helped you to put this WebRTC phone together for for the
oh,
deployment.
Giovanni developed it. We developed it independently. It was basically just one of the missing. Well, not really missing. It's one of the alternatives. You can either start with something like because Giovanni phone is also based on SIP.js. So basically, you can either go with like plain SIP.js, and then you just get your basic like HTML demos. I don't think they provide like phone like kind of applet. Or you can put it like Javanis on top of it, and then well, what I'm trying to show is that it's basically not skinned in a particular way. You can basically make it look whatever it like. And these days, you can probably just ask ChatGPT to build it for you. But yeah, and it's great because one thing that I did not because I wanted to include into presentation, but it's already getting too big. Is basically that lot of a lot of what we do at CP Software is just automating a lot of those tasks, because to build reliable software you need a lot of system to test it, to test it that it remains stable and does not crash after like 300 calls or whatever. Because that's the whole problem. Like, how do you determine, right? You send 3 calls and it works great and you're happy, right? But as soon as you put it out and it runs for like a few minutes and then it crashes, yeah, it's very difficult, but doable. We're building a lot of those automations, so we're definitely looking forward for I build it for us more right now. I mean, I've been using ChatGPT from since like 3 point something, and it's been helpful and increasingly helpful. Yeah, sometimes it gives you a stupid answer, but then it's your problem is they're not stating your issue correctly or giving it just some general problems that nobody can solve, which is, again, it's kind of on you, right? Because if you know it's not solvable, and you cannot expect it to like it's basically it's still limited to what people know, right? And it can make connections and kind of do stuff, but for now it's not like it's some kind of super intelligence. It just knows a lot of stuff, but still you give it like focus of what it's like a tool, right? It's like hammer. You just need to apply it correctly. You can take hammer and start smashing everything around, or you can take hammer and build a house. So it's the same thing. You can use laser to destroy somebody property, but you can also use it in tons of ways to heal people or cut things or do useful stuff like yeah, the same thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So that, I mean, this is all very interesting, and it's a great segue to end the part of the presentation here, Max, of your sharing here. We are very interested in finding out the company has a lot of stuff coming up for 2025, and I know that our viewing audience will be very interested in seeing what we've got in the 2024 version, Max. You know that internally we always talk about feature requests and functionality that customer requests that we develop into the Switch. So I'm excited. I know our viewing audience will be very excited, and we're very thankful and glad that you were able to join us.
all right. Thanks everyone again for watching my blabbering about stuff. But I hope we'll entertain you at least a little bit, and Fred will leave you with Fred, and our other team members will excite you with more good stuff. Thank you again.
Awesome. Thanks, Max. Hi, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you taking the time to watch this video session, this video recording of our support and development and service team. Today, we've got some information to share with you for what we've done on a number of fronts. How we've improved the Switch over the last year to our new version, Sippy 2023. We also have some information to share with you about some service improvements that we made on the customer and support side. We also have some information to share with you from the commercial team on the sales side. And we also have a couple of guests, customer guests, who will share some information with you about their relationship with Sippy, how they use Sippy, and perhaps some of the value that they get from using our soft switch. We've got several members of the team, including the one and only Maxim Sobolev, who leads our team. And today, starting out with the discussion, will be Philip Ma, who is the manager of our development team. He will introduce everybody on the team, and he will let you know about the agenda today. Until a little bit later on, please welcome. Thanks, Philip.
Thanks, Fred. Yeah, today's discussion will start off with talking a bit about what our development team has been working on. Uh, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name's Philip. I'm the product manager at Sippy Software. Been with the team for several years now in my role to manage and supervise our developers. So we have a lot to cover today. We'll sort of give you a quick, long list of items that we'll cover. We'll go into depth of each of these topics individually, as some of the key figures who've sort of contributed to some of these features and improvements. We'll talk about them individually. But first things first, I wanted to introduce you to three new team members that we have on our team. We have Mark, Reed, and Dimitro joining our team this year. Each of them have bring some wealth of experience and knowledge to the Sippy team. Let me start introducing Dimitro first. We like to call him Dima in our Scrum meetings. Dima has moved from the Ukraine into Poland and is currently a PhD student at Alfred Nobel University. His key responsibilities at Sippy include full stack development. So we do pass him tasks that impact our back end as well as our front end work. Gives him a little taste of each side of the technology stack, and he helps out Mark and Reed a fair bit with some of their tasks as well. You might recognize Dimitro if you attended OpenSIPs in Valencia earlier this year. He was there. Maybe Dimitro, why don't you tell a little bit about your experience in Valencia?
Hello everyone, thank you. I'm glad to be part of the team and to work of different aspects of development. As for OpenSIPs in Valencia, it was great experience. The conference brought together many talented specialists in field of VoIP and telecommunications. And I had the opportunity to learn about latest technology in this area. Moreover, atmosphere and organization of this event were excellent, and I think Valencia is very beautiful city, and we have a great opportunity to communicate with another developers. Yes, thank you, and continue.
All right. Thanks, Dima. All right. The next new face I wanted to introduce is Mark. Mark joins us from the Philippines. He moved here earlier this year, I believe. He's fairly experienced in JavaScript and PHP, which is perfect for what we need in terms of a front end developer. But he's also worked in the software engineering since 2011. So he's quite a bit, he carries a fair bit of work experience as a front end. His spare time, he likes to build some model Gundams as well. So maybe we'll pass it over to Mark to talk a little bit about himself.
Yeah, hey everyone, I'm Mark. So yeah, I do have a lot of like experience, but yeah, I did develop web and mobile before. So yeah, I'm also like done Java development, so that's the back end side. So yeah, and then as as for my hobby, I have this box, but I haven't built it yet. So yeah, that's what the Gundam is. So yeah, thank you, Philip.
Cool. And the last member of our team is Reed. Reed comes to us from Korea, and he has a fair bit of experience programming in Go, Python, and in JavaScript. He's been coding since 2020. His primary focus is on our backend code and components. He's made some great headway on some of our Go based components so far. So you'll see a number of changes that he'll talk a little bit about, both on some of our Go based components, in particular some of our freight switch products as well. Uh, I think Reed's an avid musician and also dreams of one day beating Fred at a round of golf. So maybe Reed, if you want to say a few words.
Yep. Hello, everyone. It's great to be here today. My name is Reed. As Tully mentioned, I recently moved to Canada and had previously worked in Indonesia and Korea, and now I work with this amazing team. I have also almost 5 years of professional experience and specialize in backend development. I love golf and hope to one day beat Fred. Thank you.
We actually have some bets going on between Fred and Reed. So hopefully in the spring we'll see that actually take place. All right. As part of this discussion today, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Sippy 2023. Um, and some of the new features that are available as part of it. Right now, over half of our AWS installations and about a third of our non-AWS installations are currently on 2023. Our support team is in the process of upgrading customers that currently have support and are looking to take advantage of these new features. So if you are interested, please do schedule some time with our support team to update your server. But there's a handful of new features that I wanted to talk to you specifically a bit about today, just in case you weren't aware of some of the features that are available. So those three features are DID ranges, some of the improvements we've made to Stir Shaken, as well as how certificates are managed. First topic will be how we manage DID ranges. So this was a big feature that we added in 2023. We have lots of information about each of this feature as well as other features up on our support portal as well. But the key feature of our DID ranges allow for large blocks of DID numbers to be assigned out to various accounts, customers, and various IBR functions. And with DID ranges, you could subdivide each range out into smaller subblocks of ranges. So over here, you might have one big block of about 100 numbers. Some of those numbers might not be assigned out, but then you could create subranges like this 0105 to 0110 out to one account, and then that could go to a specific set of trunks, and have another set of subrange DID numbers going assigned to a second account, and those going out to a different set of trunks as well. And so when you are setting up your DID ranges here, you could specify this type. And there's this list box here that'll allow you to specify the start and end range of your DIDs. And then when you're looking up your DID numbers, there's folders of a folder structure where you can look at some of the top 10 elements within that range and see which numbers are assigned or which sub-ranges are assigned to a various account. Again, if you are looking for more information, you could search our support portal, just type in DID ranges, and you'll be able to look up and read up on all the information that we have on DID ranges. The next improvement that we've made to our software in 2023 is we added some web configurations for Stir Shaken. So in prior versions, a lot of the configurations were held in the database. There was no way to actually manage these for you as a user. You would have to contact support to help set the connections up, and which would take a little bit of time to get that set up and running for you. Here you can specify which connector you're going to use, be it a one call connect, which will help handle your authentication services. There's the ISP telecom connector that we have, which works as a 302 redirect. Or you could manage this through a local database of certificates that you could have management and sort of be able to handle the authentication side or verification side on your own. For the verification, there's two types of connectors. Again, you have the ISP one and local DB as well. So the other thing here is once you select your connector type, you could specify where it needs to be directed to, some of the configuration parameters that you might need. You could also define how strict your connections need to be based off of verification as well. The other thing that we've done as part of Stir Shaken in 2023 is we've also enabled this to handle on a per routing group basis. In prior versions in Sippy 2022, it was pretty much felt like it was like an all or nothing type scenario where all calls might need to go through this verification process or authentication process. So now you could specify this on a per routing group basis. So if there's a specific route that you need this to be handled on, you could specify that, which helps cut down on your call processing time, skipping the process entirely, which sort of helps out in those areas where stir shaken isn't quite required yet. And again, on our support portal, there's lots of information about Stir Shaken available. So feel free access, look up Stir Shaken on our support portal, and you'll find lots of information on how the feature already works. The last 2023 feature that I'll talk a little bit about today is about how we manage certificates. So there was a fair bit of changes needed this year on how we manage our certificates. A lot of our components that rely on certificates like our web or certificates for Stir Shaken sort of needed to go through some overhaul. So now we have a sort of a unified management interface to be able to look at and view how certificates are managed as well. I'll give you visibility into when they expire or how they're being used. So there's a number of security improvements that sort of rely on this. A number of our components needed to be reworked to be able to support this as well. So there were quite a few security enhancements that came along with this new feature for certificates. Um, so I think with that, we have a number of new improvements in our 2023 release that are really relevant. There's some security improvements and some improved management and functions that are available on the soft switch that really help you sort of control your configurations. And then there's some improvements in around how we manage stir shaken, which is a new regulatory changes that are impacting everyone in the telco industry right now. So hopefully you'll be able to make use out of some of these new features if you aren't currently. Um, if you're on 2022 and are looking to upgrade, you just want to put in a support ticket with our support desk, and they'll schedule some time to get your server updated for you. Fred, do you have any questions?
Thank you, Philip. So I think that in seeing your presentation, the viewing audience can tell that a lot of work has been done over the past year to make sure that this version, CP 2023, has a lot of the functionality that, from a business perspective, anyone using the switch absolutely very critically needs. On the commercial side, one of the things I mentioned was that we are making some extensions to the team. And I've said this to people when I talk on the phone or when I have online meetings, is we've got quite a number of requests for development and feature requests. As you know, if you pay your support contract on an annual basis, you are entitled to receiving any of these updates and upgrades, which the team works so very hard to deliver. Just a quick question along the lines of the cycle time for developing these features this time around, Philip. If you could tell us a little bit about how long it takes, and that, typically how much work there is in between versions to plan out for everything.
There's always some levels of varying levels of difficulty whenever we receive an issue from the field and from our customers about problems that have come up. Um, sometimes when you are baking a cake and you need to crack some eggs, you got to break some eggs to bake your cake. So sometimes there may be some minor issues that need to be looked into after a release. Typically, if it's fairly small, the changes could take about a couple of hours to get fixed, as well as some testing across all our different bleeding edge and stable code that we have. So sometimes it might take a couple of days for a reported bug to get fixed and a fix to be ready to be applied out to production is really what we're hoping for. Some of the bigger features do take a lot more time. The security changes that I mentioned, for example, that touched a lot of different components that dealt with how security worked. So we needed to be very careful about how each of those component changes sort of impacted our production code.
Great. Thank you. So from a company perspective, if you are using Sippy's soft switch as your main signaling or billing engine for your switching requirements, you can see that as a company, we are putting our investments into making sure we've got the type of people and the resources to make sure that we can develop almost anything that is a requirement for the soft switch and for, at the end of the day, for your business to operate. Thank you, Philip. Let's go ahead on to the next presenter.
All right, the next presenter in our series today will be Pavel. Most of you guys have had some interaction with Pavel, be it on some of your support tickets or some of your deployments. Pavel's a fairly knowledgeable guy who has been around the Sippy team longer than I have. So we'll let Pavel talk about some of the items that are new and give us a bit of a rundown on what we tackle in a given year. Pavel?
Hello, everyone. So I will be covering three topics today, and all those topics would be covered from the QA perspective, and this is actually my role in CP software. So the first topic would be ticket breakdown. I will speak a little bit about the ticket distribution that we are finalizing for the new release. Then I will shed some light on the new FreeBSD reports and new programs that we will be installing in CP 2024. And the last would be Selenium test coverage, which is automation of web UI testing. So let's go on. So for the aggregated statistic for the tickets our dev team has completed in upcoming release. So basically this is a pie diagram, pie chart that allows to see how the different types of issues are distributed for the coming releases. So as you can see, almost half of the pie is regression and bug for the new version. So this was taken some time from the QA department to identify and validate all those bugs and regressions. And also almost a half of that pie is new feature improvement and different set of tasks, which is even more than a half. So with this distribution, it means that we not only focus on the new features and new things to be added in our product, but also maintain the high level of support and the high level of track of the common issues or found regressions. So coming to the next topic to be discussed, this is the update of the port 3 and updates of different programs that CP is based on. Um, so this list starts with OpenShips, but I would like to start actually with FreeBSD because it is the operating system that new 2024 release comes with FreeBSD 14.1 as a base version with an ability to upgrade to that version after the update to CP 2024, I assume. So we also provide the ability to upgrade PostgreSQL database engine to 17th version from the current 16th. And the new port 3 also touches the OpenShips upgrade to the next supported version 3.5 from 3.4 that we are using right now at the edge. We are also updating the PHP web engine to latest supported version 8.3 and Golang engine from the current version we are using to 1.22. So there are actually more packages to be upgraded, but those are just 5 main packages that we will be delivering with new 2024 version. And the last topic for my presentation today is the Selenium test coverage. So the Selenium is actually the mm, industry standard for the web testing and automatization for web testing. And in the next release, we are adopting the Selenium as the main tool for performing the automated web testing for different places of web UI and making sure that everything works smooth and all custom scenarios are also covered with that. For the time being, the full basic functionality is covered by the test, which includes account, customer, tariff, service plan, routing group, etc., creation, update, and deletion, and so on. So automated checks would be run on selected CP version with every actually commit. So this helps us identify the possible issues pretty early and get them fixed without affecting the customers. So this is actually how the deployed Selenium looks like in the automated pipeline we are using. Questions?
Thanks, Pavel, for your great insights on some of those topics. I just wanted to ask you about some of the bugs and regressions that come up. When a or regression does come up, how frequently do you think those are caught before a production release is put out?
Well, that actually depends since we have different tools for optimize the testing, web UI and XML API and backend testing. So this means that even with the highest level of proficiency and professionalism that we try to deliver, some bugs anyway could be possible, but we do our best to catch them as early as possible and do not push them in production. This actually includes different versions that we perform the testing, as it was mentioned before. So the tests are done one by one. So first we're doing some unstable branch, the whole development and testing. Then the testing is performed in stable branch, and only if everything was successful, the merge is going into production.
Great. Thank you. Fred?
Just a quick comment for the viewing audience. I know that on the commercial side, I frequently deal with questions or comments about there being different soft switches out there in the market, competitors, things of that nature. The free switches and then, things that are available, without any money at all to have to pay for. On our side, as I mentioned earlier, we invest funds, we invest resources, we invest time into developing the team members, making sure that they understand that they have the tools available to troubleshoot problems, to make sure that they do testing ahead of time so that each release that we put out is well put together and so that it doesn't collapse and so that it doesn't generate problems itself. As much as possible, we try to do that. And unlike other companies who are only out there selling a sausage, we are actually doing everything from the development, planning to testing, as Pavel mentioned. Doing all the work that Pavel does is not inexpensive. It takes a lot of time, and as you know, time is money. So, getting your soft switch from a company that does not have a full development team and members as Pavel is a risky proposition. So just to keep in mind.
Thanks, Fred. Thanks, Philip, for the questions. So I believe that the whole team work should be adequately estimated here, and we do what we do only by working as a team. Thanks.
All right, Dima, camera, slides. All right, thanks, Pavel. Next up, we wanted to let Dima talk a little bit about a new application that he wrote. This is an IVR application that presents a milliwatt tone. So I'll leave it to Dima to explain that work.
Yeah, talk about milliwatt tone as a new IVR application. Milliwatt tone is specialized IVR application designed for diagnostic audio issue in DID calls. It continuously plays 1004 Hz test tone, providing a simple and reliable way to identify issue like noise or delays. It integrates with any DID numbers for efficient troubleshooting. About setup, it's quick and easy. First, create the IVR application under system management, select as type milliwatt tone. Then assign it to DID numbers via DID pool section, and finally use the test DL plan to confirm it's working properly. This application simplifies audio troubleshooting, automates testing, integrates easily with DID numbers. I would like to point out that at that moment we have following IVR application as calling card, top up, callback, play balance, and new milliwatt tone. Milliwatt tone is ideal for real-time testing and roads and equipment diagnostic issue. It helps to ensure smooth work and high-quality sound for customers. Thank you for attention and your questions.
Yeah, maybe just to expand a little bit further, really good use case might be to assign one number out to um, so that you can always test out each of the connections that you might have. So you set up one test DID number, and then if there's any drops in quality, audio quality that you think might be happening, you just ring up this number and hear for yourself the drops in quality. It's a good sort of metric to diagnose problems or give you an idea that there is actually a problem with some of the all calling quality that you might have.
Thank you, Dimitro. So, one of the questions I have, because I've been talking about some of the commercial value that we deliver on an ongoing basis to our user base. What would you say is some of the most important things that you see inside the development team for making a strong development environment?
Okay, I think it's important to clarify, analyze tasks, and have effective interaction within the team in our project or working correctly.
Thanks very much, Dimitro. I appreciate your feedback on the milliwatt tone development. Just have a question on whether you go to the same barber that Pavel goes to, because his hair seems to be wild and crazy. Yours seems to be a little less wild and crazy.
Thank you.
All right. Next up is Mark. Mark is going to talk a little bit about some of the new changes we have to our user interface. That some of the work we started in 2023, and we'll continue on with the next version. I'll throw it over to Mark to describe some of those changes.
Okay, thank you, Philip. Hello, everyone. I'm Mark. I'm here to discuss the new user interfaces. Well, aside from the minor improvements and bug fixes to the front end this year, we also have implemented major updates on the three pages. The updated pages are the trunk, which was started late 2023. So this is the starting point of our restructure, where where we chose to use Vue.js to change the interface to improve it. So and then the vendors, and then the account, which is in progress right now. So this is what the trunk list looks like right now. So yeah, and then we have like how to create the trunk, and then the edit trunk. So we have the trunk connections here at the bottom. So uh, with the vendors page, so we converted it to the view page. The functionalities are still the same with the new look. So the list display was updated, and also the add and edit form. So the main thing changed in the add and edit form is that it's not on a new page, and then it's now on a dialog pop-up. So to show you what I mean, so this is the current vendor list. So as you can see, we have the filter, the add vendor button there, and then the vendors list, and then some of the functionalities for the vendors. So on our updated vendor list, so we still have the same functionalities. So we have the vendor name filter, the add new vendor here, and then also the vendor list. So also displays the name, the balance, and then also the actions here, the to like open connections, login as, edit, and delete. So yeah, and then as I was talking earlier, so this like our current vendor form. So we have like 20 plus fields here, and then they were section assigned to different sections. So we have basic parameters, advanced parameters, address info, etc. So in our updated look, uh, we changed it to like a pop up or a dialog. So we have parameters tab, and then address info tab, and then we have like a basic section and then advanced section. So uh, as you can see, they are like the same fields here and there. So yeah, those are the improvements done with the look of the vendors page. And then yeah, this is the address info tab. So you can see you can clearly compare the two uh, pages here. And then the next is the account page. So currently this is in progress right now. So the updated components are the list, filter form, add, generate, edit form, create, generate, upload, download, and delete button. So this is our account list currently. So we have the filter sections on top, and then upload buttons here, add account buttons, which contains the add and generate, download accounts, and then also the active and then deleted button accounts here on top, the switch, and then also the list here with bunch of actions. So on the updated uh, look, we have now collapsed the filter to make space for to make more space vertically for the account list, and then we move all of the buttons on the top right corner here. So this is the add, generate accounts, upload, download, and then show deleted accounts. So uh, this is how it behaves right now. So this is the live version. This is still in development, but yeah, so you can like collapse and expand the filter section. It will show all of the filters field here, and then you can like hit apply, and then it will apply to it will change the display list depending on your filter. And then as you can see, we have like it will show up like a tip here or a indicator what button is it, so user will not be confused. So we have that create account, generate accounts, upload accounts, download accounts, and then show deleted accounts. So instead of like having those buttons on like different sections, this as compared to the current one. The updated versions, like we now have like a section for them, so users will not be confused. And then and then on the accounts actions, we have now like login as the account, open CDRs, delete account, and then we have like additional options here. So if we click that one, those options are basically the same with this one. So yeah, the look we we updated the look, but we tried to remain the functionality the same, so the users will not be confused with the update. So yeah, and then yeah, so yeah, basically that's the expanded filter forms look. So and then the account form. So currently the account form page has a lot of sections, and then each sections has a lot of fields. As you can see, this is like uh, scrollable page, and then we updated it like the one that we did on the vendors page, and then moving forward with the incoming updates on all of the pages, we will also do the same like this one. So we will remove the form page and then add or replace it with the dialog style. So each sections are now separated by tabs, and then uh, the fields are located under them. So the basic parameters are like the account name, VoIP login, etc. So, and then this the rating billing page. We switch to rating billing, and then advanced parameters. So, and then we also have like generate account form. So we have like additional buttons here on the buttons, so to like additional options to generate a number of accounts, delivery mode, and then other buttons, other functionalities. So yeah, I think those are what we have done this year. The next steps would probably, of course, complete the account page, and then probably the first configuration wizard, the first user. So it will like have steps with if you have like a new account, and then it will have like a step-by-step guide on how to create like account, customers, the ID, and so on and so forth. And then probably the next page would all converted will also be the customers page. So yeah, and I think that's it for the new user interfaces update for this year. So any questions?
Thank you, Mark. That's a great level of information. I appreciate, and I'm sure customers appreciate how you've taken us from the work that you've done already, work completed, work that is in progress, and some of your future work that's planned. I mean, from a commercial perspective, it's very exciting. I know that we've talked about the wizard for quite a while. And I know that with the work that's coming up, it'll be a good improvement. Without letting the cat out of the bag, and telling us too much about it, telling us some of the details. Have you already started some of the work, and if so, how does it look so far?
Uh, Currently we are still on planning page, so we have like a workflow on how it will move. So from step by step, and then how it will like follow, how it will like affect the structure of the page, and then or the pages, and how it will like go from page one to page two to page three, and so on and so that. But we don't have like an actual development yet, so we're still on planning page. So we try to make it more what they call that, efficient.
Yeah,
So we
that's
don't have like extra steps in between. So yeah.
Yeah. Just
that's
to
great.
just to add on that, I think when we started with the vendors page was a pretty straightforward page that we wanted to modernize. The accounts page was probably one of the ugliest pages, in my personal opinion, that we had in our web interface. And but they were still sort of similar in structure on how they looked and functioned. The customers pages is probably the next logical extension of that. They ask the same similar type things during that workflow when you're configuring a customer. So that's probably the next most immediate pages to generate. And then we could start looking at different applications on how we could use Vue.js for other types of pages like that first configuration wizard we wanted to work on for some time.
Yeah, thank you, Philip. Thank you, Mark. So that you, the viewing audience, have a great sense of it. The team is working progressively, not just in executing work that's already planned, but also progressing to making improvements. I know that with the interface, we've had various iterations internally as to what we want to have as part of the switch. And now with the team, with the improvements that we made in terms of adding numbers to the team, we are well in our way to making those changes happen. So it's a lot of stuff to come in the future.
Thank you very much, Mark.
Thank you.
All right, next up, we have Reed, who's been working on a number of backend improvements for our soft switch. He has some things to talk a little bit about freight switch and some security improvements that we have as well. So I'll throw it over to you, Reed, to talk about some of the changes he's made.
Now, I'd like to talk about the backend improvements we have made for the next release. We have worked on several key updates, and these include freight switch improvements, stir shake mode, go profiling, and password security. So let's dive into each of these areas. Yeah, first, let's discuss freight switch improvements, focusing on active calls. We refactored all active call APIs to utilize a SIP-based interface. This transition from querying data in a NoSQL database to using the SIP interface allows our nodes to communicate directly with the B2B user agent in real time. So here you can see how the active call API in SubSwitch operates. It communicates directly with the B2B user agent to retrieve live call data instantly. And now FrySwitch follows the same approach as SubSwitch, enabling it to retrieve live call data instantly. So this helps our customers respond quickly to ongoing calls. And yeah, next, let's talk about monitoring. Similar to how we enhance active calls with real-time data, we are now in progress for improving our monitoring system to provide real-time monitoring of active switch nodes. So the goal is to retrieve a complete list of active nodes and combine their call data in real time. This will give us an accurate count of in-progress calls at any time, improving transparency and operational efficiency. Now, let's move to Check mode. This year, we introduced a new preferred mode. We also ensured that all car validation follows industry standards, specifically RFC 4474 compatibility. Regarding the preferred mode, we previously had the disabled, separate, and require options. As shown in the graph, the preferred mode strikes a balance. It attempts to query the authentication server if there's no cached identity and allows calls with or without a cached identity. As indicated by the green line in the flow chart, this ensures strong protection without being too strict. And in terms of call response, the table on this slide is taken directly from RFC 4474, which defines the SIB response calls for handling identity header issues. So the 428 identity header response code is used when a verifier receives a SIB request without an identity header. And the 438 invalid identity header response code is triggered when the identity signature in a SIP message does match the expected digest string. So previously, as shown in the as is section of the table, some failure scenarios did not return appropriate error codes. For example, when there was no identity header, the system responded with 200 OK, which could confuse downstream systems. And now, as shown in the to be section, we have standardized these responses to ensure clarity and compliance. So for authentication failures, the response is now updated to 500 internal server error with the appropriate error code in calls, such as stir shaken authentication failed with minus 45. Yep. And next, let's discuss Go profiling for performance. So to improve system performance, we added profiling to our Go-based components, such as routing, tracking, and caching. Profiling can be turned on in the system settings, allowing us to monitor CPU and memory usage during heavy loads. So with profiling, we can identify which parts of code slow down under heavy traffic. This helps us optimize performance, increase call capacity, and offer higher performance options to customers who need more. It also allows us to make improvements before issues arise, ensuring a smooth and reliable calling experience. Well, and finally, let's discuss security. Uh, we've we improved how we handle passwords to make them more secure. All passwords are now encrypted for storage, and even identical passwords produce unique encrypted results. This makes it much harder for attackers to retrieve original passwords. So, for example, as shown in the table, the same input, such as hello world, produces completely different encrypted outputs. Additionally, we now support non-ASCII characters, enabling our users to create stronger and more complex passwords. Well, so these backend enhancements, we have significantly improved the reliability, performance, and security of our system. These updates ensure that our service remains robust and um, capable of meeting our customers' needs effectively. Yeah. Thank you for your attention, and now I'm ready to answer any questions you may have.
Thanks, Reed. So, one of the things that I know that when we hire new developers, the team is very much focused on is their skills, their strengths, and their ability to think ahead without having to be prompted or without having to be essentially told how to develop or what to do in terms of the development. From a personal perspective, I know that you're very much interested in software development and coding and all that sort of stuff. What is your or what was your most favorite part about working on some of these changes and improvements that you've made? Essentially, what did you like the most or interested you the most?
Previously, I have worked on like B2C services, and it has been needed like a lot of like thinking about like customers perspective. And now I'm, as you know, I'm working with you guys like amazing team, and it's kind of like B2B service. And so I had to like think about a lot of parts of customers perspective, and I needed to a strong ability to um, solve problems of our system, and especially it's almost like likely like low level technologies. Well, so I really enjoyed that, and I have grown a lot with you guys. Yeah.
Great. I appreciate the information and the insight so that our audience is aware. as I mentioned, we not only choose the development team and the support team, any team member in Sippy, from their skills, but also from their ability to, as Reed said, to problem solve and troubleshoot things. We give our team a great level of freedom in terms of how they come up with solutions, and I think that it shows in some of the creativity of how they fix problems and troubleshoot issues that come up. Thank you very much, Reed.
Thank you very much, Reed. And I think that's pretty much it for the developer update. Max will have a few more comments to talk a little bit about in his next set of presentations. We have a number of talks still to go with our sales and support teams and our DevOps teams, as well as some notes from Max.
Hi, and welcome back. Now we've got our support team manager, Arthur Kamishny, somebody that you are familiar with if you have been watching our videos, which we put out all the time. Arthur is going to take us through some of the issues that the team has worked on throughout the year. And he's also going to share some information about how to get better support and some of the things going on in the support department to help improve things. Arthur and I work very close together to make sure that we actively put on projects to improve how we deliver support to you. So, from personal knowledge, I can tell you that Arthur is a very dedicated individual who is extremely knowledgeable. Go ahead, Arthur.
Thank you, Fred, and hello, everyone. And thank you for watching today's webinar. I'm excited to share with you some improvements and updates which were made for support and on support end during this year. And if you're looking to the slides, this is a set of major improvements that were made for the last year. And let's start from the first major improvement of this year is the possibility to perform major upgrades on our CP Switch platform in automated mode via the Jenkins by support department. What is the meaning of major upgrades? The meaning when we are talking about the major upgrades, we are talking about upgrades between releases. So just an example, when you request an upgrade from version 2022 to 2023, it's a major upgrade. When we are talking about minor upgrades, it's just upgrade within the same release. Just for example, upgrade from 2022 to 2022 latest. When we are talking about the latest, we are meaning the code update to the latest version. Uh, what components can be upgraded via the Jenkins? At this moment, we may upgrade via the Jenkins not only the code, but also the other components like FreeBSD and PostgreSQL. And all those three components now can be upgraded via the Jenkins. And it's a big improvement, and there are key benefits of use Jenkins. And I want to provide you some list of reasons why we use Jenkins. And the first reason is an automation of repetitive tasks. So with Jenkins, we may perform some tasks on periodical basis. Plus, we improved the accuracy of upgrades because by minimizing the manual intervention, Jenkins ensures the higher level of accuracy. Every update will follow a standardized pipeline, and with pipelines, we may track. You can see, by the way, on this slide, the screenshot of stage view that we see on Jenkins during the PostgreSQL upgrade. So with those stages, we may control how everything is going during the upgrade and on which stage we are. Also, the usage of Jenkins allows us to perform upgrades faster than we do it manually. Just an example, the upgrade time has been reduced as minimum twice. So now we may perform, for example, the code update within 12 minutes. It's an average of full time for the code update. If you are talking about the OS upgrade or Postgres upgrade, the values can be higher, but everything depends at first from the DB size and from the hardware performance. Also, yes, I think that's it about the major upgrades via Jenkins, and this is the beginning of our journey with Jenkins. We continue improving our processes, automate them, and yeah, and I may confirm that such an approach allows us to reduce the human errors and mistakes because automation does everything using the predefined code and pipelines. Moving to the next improvement. Yeah, and the second improvement in my list, it's an improvement related to the video tutorials. On some stage, we decided to refactor our existing and video tutorials, plus we added a few new tutorials. With the evolution of Sippy soft switch, web interface and tools are changing, and our existing video tutorials became outdated and required a full refactoring. So we recognized the areas of improvement and started work on production. How many video tutorials were produced? For the last year, we produced 11 video tutorials, and we refactored 9 video tutorials and added 2 fully new videos for your review and for your education. What's new in produced videos tutorials, you may ask? The content was expanded and restructured. Some topics have become outdated due to constant change of CPSoft switch elements, so we added new elements to our video tutorials. Plus, we changed the description and the methodology that we used in past. The voice became better. You may notice clearer and more polished voice pronunciation. It make the easier follow our video tutorials. One of our goals was to improve the audio quality, as you can focus on the content without any distraction. The structure of content was also redesigned, so we read the feedback of our customers, and based on the feedback of our customers, we also made changes in video tutorials and made the content more convenient for customers. So to summarize mentioned, we are inviting you to watch the latest released video tutorials, and don't hesitate to put likes, your comments, and we hope that you will be enjoyed by the changes that were made in the new video tutorials. Moving to the next improvement. And the next improvement is improvement related to the status page. The tool, it's a new tool for us, and we integrated into our processes. This page allows us to allows our clients easily to monitor the status of their data center. For example, the data center where their server is located, if it is a hosted customer. And for example, if data center encounters any issues, our support team promptly updates the status page to keep clients informed in real time. So customer may at first check the status page. If nothing has been found on the status page, he may post a ticket to support. But with this solution, we reduced the load on support because it's a centralized place where we may notify all our hosted clients about any issue related to the data center. And proactive communication, we recognized the status page is the fastest and most efficient way for customers to check it and identify potential issues without contacting to support. And the third point why we decided to use this status page, we providing clear, accessible status updates, and each customer may see the stability of different data centers on one page. We have even the special status bar. You may see on my slides the status bars for each data center, and if you see, for example, some red cells, you may press button on the red cell and read what happened in that data center in past. So here you may also track the stability of data center, I would say. Feel free to subscribe to the status page to receive automatic alerts directly from the system. Moving to the next topic. And the next topic related to the OpenShips 3.4 upgrade rollout. And starting from the 2023 version of Sippy Soft Switch, a new OpenShips 3.4 version is available for use. So there is initiative from support end around the update of customers who are already on the 2023 version to switch OpenShips from 3.1, which is still supported in 2023 version 2, a new version of OpenShips 3.4. To fully leverage the power of OpenShips 3.4, it's essential to ensure that your systems are running the latest version of software and guarantee the stability and smooth work of your system in future. So you may ask why what it is new in the new version of OpenShips. OpenShips 3.4 has better security. Also, the scalability has been improved inside of OpenShips. There were added a few new features in a new version of OpenShips. Like just an example, HEP export. You may read about it in our public documentations. Also, the debugging was improved and monitoring tools. So the new version includes advanced login and debugging features, making troubleshooting more effective. And with the optimized resources management, this version can handle larger volumes of traffic and scale more efficiently to meet growing demands. To summarize, all mentioned, this update not only ensures better performance, but also guarantees the stability of your CP soft switch. And we highly recommend to start use a new version of OpenShips and always keep your systems up to date. Yeah, that's mainly it from my end.
Thank you for that, Arthur. Always, you present a lot of great information, and information that you share is always helpful to let me know on the commercial side what advice I need to give to our users to help them work better with the support team. One of the questions that comes to mind is you talked about how we use tools like Jenkins to make upgrades faster. My question is, what are some things that our users can do to help improve how efficiently and how fast we carry out their upgrades?
Thank you, Fred, for your questions. And I would like to say that we are always reacting on customers' feedback. And of course, before doing some changes, we should receive a step-by-step explanation from customers and what he wants to see in future releases. And if customer may post a ticket, it's the best way for the communication and consideration of improvements inside of in scope of upgrade via the Jenkins. So we may consider that together with developers and upgrade our procedure because all everything is done via the special code which was developed on the Jenkins side. And after the consideration, we may improve the process according to customers' requirements, if it is, of course, if it is possible to achieve.
Great, I appreciate that. And the other thing is that as you know, you and I work together closely. We work with Anatoly and the other members of the commercial team. I appreciate how open minded and how well you take on new technologies like the AI to do the voiceovers on the tutorials. I mean, on the commercial side, I think that's a great improvement. I love your voice. I think you got a great voice. Maybe you could be a singer. But as you know, the voices in the tutorials are a great improvement because of the use of AI that you've carried out with helping you there. Your adoption of new technologies and the team's adoption of new technologies to make an improvement on the overall switch and the overall experience that our users have for simply doing something like viewing the videos. Everything else that you guys do relates to that. It is great, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Arthur, maybe if you get a quick chance, maybe describe the update process for those that are updating to OpenZips 3.4. Let the people know what to expect in terms of maintenance windows and how long it should take.
Yeah, I may describe the procedure of doing that. When customer got the latest version of CP soft switch, which is now 2023, he may post a separate ticket to switch his CP soft switch to a new version of OpenShips 3.4. Obviously, we also try to initiate this process from our end, but if customer wants this new version on urgent basis, he may post a separate ticket and we will switch OpenShips within 5 minutes period I would say, and the downtime will be just a few seconds.
Thank you for all the information, Arthur. We appreciate your work. And on the user side, our customers, if you do have an issue that you want to have raised to get the feedback from a senior member of the team, you can reach out to Arthur via ticket. If you file a ticket, as you know, it helps with visibility, security of the switch, and it makes sure that there's a record of your inquiries. Arthur is always very helpful. He's knowledgeable and he's always happy to provide feedback to any of you on any particular issue. Thanks very much, Arthur.
That's true. Thank you.
Okay, so next up we have Alex Nikituk, who is the lead in our operations department. He is very knowledgeable on all things networking. He has been with Sippy for, I believe, over 7 years. And he's a great guy. And he's going to tell us a little bit about what we did in 2024 on the operations side and what we expect to do in 2025. Go ahead, Alex.
Hi everyone, we'll talk today about the improvements and innovations regarding the networking and DevOps part of CPSL switch. So we'll talk today about the deployments of CPPX solution, about the high velocity of our new data center provider, and about the upgrowth of cloud hosting. Let's go to the next slide. So CPPX. CPPX is an open source solution designed to manage voice over IP communication for businesses. It's built on Asterisk, an open source telephony platform, and it also offers the following powerful solutions such as voice over IP management, call routing and handling, SIP trunking features. Also, it incorporates the following multiple 5 to 6 class features as voicemail, interactive voice response, after antennas, call queues, conferencing, call recording, and call forwarding. Recently, CPPX became available not only on the cloud hosting platforms, but also on the bare metal servers. This provides improved functionality to existing CP soft switch users, making it even better solution for businesses. Let's go to the next. High velocity. High velocity It's a great global provider of latest top-grade generation enterprise class dedicated servers and cloud hosting solution. We started incorporating with High Velocity recently. High Velocity has its data centers across America, Europe, and Asia, and it provides the ability to host CP switch close to the markets of our customers. Plus, High Velocity has cost efficient attitude that everyone will benefit from. So, following the global trend of moving from bare metal servers to cloud hosting solutions, we have get the growth of 20% more customers on AWS in the past year. We have also made it available to deploy AWS-based CP switches on the customer-owned AWS infrastructure, making it more flexible for our customers. That's my lead. Any questions?
That's very useful information, Alex. Thank you. I do have a couple of questions, which I think perhaps the audience wants to have some answers on. You talked about deploying PBX now, and I know that because I've been involved in the on the commercial side of these things. I know that we've got a number of customers who are very interested. From an operational perspective, do you find that customers who want to host the PBX license themselves are better off to consider one of our AWS instances instead?
And depends on the number of extensions that customer is willing to get and have running simultaneously. Case it can be like 10,000 extensions. It worth considering the bare metal system. It will supply more efficient and more powerful background for handling the business.
Okay, that's good. That's good. And just along the lines of that, you mentioned that we are now using High Velocity as a data center provider. I'm curious, so that you can provide some information to the audience in terms of how we select a data center. What criteria you use to select a new data center? I know that bringing on this new data center was something that was of high importance for us here at Sippy, particularly because we want to keep our guarantees of high availability for the network itself. What criteria do you look at when we review data centers to decide which ones we deploy?
There are three main criteria as uptime, and it also stands for the reliability of the services that this provider provides, as well as hardware availability across many regions and the costs as usual.
Okay.
Those are main points that we should consider in any case.
That's very very good, and I know that you are very proactive about making sure that on the technical side, technology side, we're always very much on the leading edge for what we use. On a non-related note, I noticed that, and I've known you now for 5 years or so. You always keep your hair very short. I want to know if you ever considered growing your hair like Pavel.
Previously, I had really long hair, but had to cut it off due to my own observations, I would say.
Okay,
Life
okay.
is changing.
Yeah, exactly. We're growing up. That's good. Thanks very much, Alex. I appreciate that.
You're
And I'm
welcome.
sure our audience appreciates all the detail and all the help that you provide when anybody comes into our AWS infrastructure or our dedicated server infrastructure. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
So that's great, great information from everybody on the development team, Philip. I don't know about you, but I feel like the team doing an overall view of what we did in 2024 and looking ahead to 2025 was a great idea for us to start to do this a few years ago, as Max said earlier during his presentation. I think it's very good for the customers for us to provide them a regular set of details on how we've been evolving and how we've done year over year in terms of updates and things of that nature. I'm very glad. And as you know, I think one of the things that makes the entire thing proceed and be well oiled is the internal work that everybody does. How do you think everything's gone in the year overall?
Yeah, I think on the technical end, everything has gone pretty smooth. We've gotten some great ideas out there from our customers. We had some new ideas generated from our team here internally as well. But there's always lots of other new things to talk a bit about as well. So, um, yeah, so there's some interesting ideas out from some of the sales side too.
Yeah, and speaking of which, now it's my chance to say my piece about what we've got sort of as an evolving and regularly occurring messages to our customers. So I'll just share my slides here so that everybody can see. So from the commercial side, from the sales side specifically, we want to reiterate some information that we've done that on a regular basis. We get a lot of requests from some customers for automatic payments. Can we process automatic payments? The answer is resounding yes. We can make sure that if you want to avoid having to deal with processing the payment on your side, we can make it so that you can automate the payment. Anu on the billing side can share you the details for how we can do that. But yeah, if you are interested, you can definitely make sure that your payments are automatically withdrawn so that you're never late with a payment, which is good for you and it's good for us. We're also happy to inform you that we can take crypto payments. If you do have a crypto account, we use USDT. Our wallet details are available. If you want to make a crypto payment, ask the billing team for the details and they will provide them to you. We are always happy to comply and provide options for how you can make your payments. Um, from time to time, I do get requests for discounts, particularly when it comes to rentals or to support payments. We're always happy to extend discounts. As a matter of policy here at Sippy, we extend discounts, but especially to good customers. We extend those discounts when either multiple payments are made at once or when you pay for multiple rentals or support payments in a for a single for in a single payment. Discounts vary everywhere, anywhere from 20% right up to 35%. I believe that if you pay 3 years or 4 years, it's actually 4 years in advance, we provide you a 35% discount, which is a considerable amount, which is upwards of $900 a year. So that's a very good option for you to take if you're interested in a discount for your support payment. Another thing that is of importance that we want to talk about is the various tiers that we have available for support. As you know, we've been pushing it and making it available and making it known that we have a professional and enterprise tier level support. In a next slide, I'll be talking about some of the important differences that entails. But the options are available. As I said, part of what I want to do here is just share with you the fact that we've got options on the commercial side to make it possible for us to work with you and your business requirements so that we can facilitate you doing more business with us. Referrals, I want to talk about how we can make it possible for you to get some credit for sharing referrals with us. We're always receiving referrals from customers, but up to now, there's really no reward for to you other than to say, hey, thank you very much and that kind of thing, right? Goodwill to you, goodwill to us. We are going to be implementing a program where we share some credits with you for providing referrals. We can talk about all these things one on one. You can email me about them directly at sales@cpsoft.com, or you can give me a call on my private line here the Sippy number. The number is listed on the website. It's also going to be listed in the slides that you see here in the corners there. We are speaking of scheduling times to talk. I'm always very happy to meet with you. As you know, I work with customers all over the world, and my schedule is flexible. From time to time, I meet with customers in South Africa, in Australia, uh, England. So my time zone is UTC -8, but I'm always open and available for scheduling meetings outside of normal working hours. So I'm always very happy to do that. We're always here to address questions and provide as much information as you need. So drop me an email. You can find me on Skype. But yeah, let's move on to the next stage of the presentation here. So in terms of the support tiers that are available, we have a professional and enterprise support tiers that we have now been deploying into customers for customers over the last few years. There are some very critical differences, which is why we've implemented professional and enterprise tiers for support. That reflects on the fact that some types of work are not available for standard support. To give you an example, we have from time to time the old customer who will say, "We want to talk to your engineering team and we want them to answer some questions to help us guide us and provide us some feedback on implementing a particular configuration or a particular call scenario." While we can answer your questions and any issue through email, if you do want to meet with the support team on a one-on-one basis, we typically reserve that for our professional and our enterprise tier customers. And the reason for that is that these tiers guarantee a level of exclusivity in terms of having the team schedule time that is delivered only to you and to your team. We can schedule 1 hour meetings. We can schedule recurring meetings with customers who are paying the professional and enterprise support fees. And we're always very happy to do so. And during these meetings, you can ask questions that are particular not only to your configurations, but also to any plans that you might have for receiving support. To give you an example, some of you out there have configurations on your switch that are abnormal and that not every customer has. And this is one of the reasons why having a professional or an enterprise level support agreement allows us to deliver that level of service to you, because you have configurations that are not standard. So the support that we can deliver to you can be non-standard to allow you to get more from us. Um, the other thing that we have made available through professional and enterprise support are some tools that the support team has at their disposal to be able to deliver more comprehensive support. As an example, in some cases, updates and upgrades are not available for the support team to carry out during weekends or during specific hours of the night. And this is because even though our team is hardworking and very knowledgeable, they cannot work 24 hours a day on everything. So not every engineer is available or capable of being there to provide an update or an upgrade. So our team of engineers, our senior engineers, is able to commit the time when you are on our professional and enterprise tiers. We make that resource available to the support team so that then when you request an update and an upgrade during the off-peak hours or the weekends, we can deliver that to you with no problems at all. We also have at our disposal some monitoring tools that allow us to pay closer attention to your system and be able to help out by providing some feedback to you on, for example, disk space and things of that nature that proactively engage you and engages us in making sure that we are monitoring your services and making sure that you're getting warnings and that you're getting the help that you need proactively, so that we are more on top of your issues. So far we've got a number of customers who are already on our enterprise support packages. As these packages increase in terms of acceptance by you, the customers, we facilitate more and we make more tools available to the support team because there's more funding for it by way of receiving your payment. So it allows us to deliver more. So I encourage you, if you are interested in the professional enterprise support tiers, by all means, ask me about them, and or even just ask the support team members to put you in contact with me, or ask them the question and they will share whatever information is available to them. But yeah, these programs are designed to help you get more from Sippy support. In terms of the cost is slightly different from what we charge on the standard support side. But as I mentioned, the delivered specific attention, the attention by senior engineers to your switch is absolutely important. And as you would know, when you make guarantees to your customers, when you describe to them the level of support that you will give them, you should take into consideration the support and the level of attention that you get from us. Essentially, you're able to pass on whatever guarantees we make to you, you can make those guarantees to your customers. You can let them know that any issue that they report would be handled with that much more attention. And for example, you could guarantee that an update or an upgrade to their system wouldn't take place during, say, regular business hours. They might take place during the weekends, which allows you to extend that further warranty to your customers, which is a good thing. So the costs, as I mentioned, vary depending on the level of attention that you get. When you pay the $6,500 fee, you deal with our enterprise team, guaranteed to be a considerably senior member of the support team, with a cast of other members of the support team ready on the wings to be able to provide assistance if a patch needs to be developed, or if some sort of operation needs to take place, so that your update and your upgrade can be done that much quicker. Okay, so just a word on that. The discounts also apply for this. So if you have more than one license and you pay for that support license, either for enterprise or so for professional, we can extend some discounts to you so that we can guarantee that you get the best price available. On the backup side, I know that this is something that we are getting a lot more acceptance on a regular basis, and I'm asked about pricing. We can do the backups for you, encrypted and compressed, so that we are able to make sure that we keep you under a specific tier of cost, so that the value of having the backups for a strenuous situation like a data center going down completely is something that you can avoid. We have a number of customers who have already taken advantage of this service, and response and feedback so far is that it's very useful. If anything, as I said before, to extend the guarantee to your customers, that should anything go wrong with the network, there's always going to be a backup to guarantee that their services are going to be up and running almost in no time at all. The support team spends a considerable amount of time making sure that these backups are done efficiently, and that the service that they deliver to you is always guaranteed to be exactly what it is that you need, and timely manner. So yeah, the costs are there. They're very inexpensive, and we've done that so that we can attract more of you to want to take up this service. We know that in some cases, paying for a standby solution is not something that is either possible because you're on a shared server, for example, or because you just cannot afford it. So the option, as we demonstrated in the past, is for you to take up this S3 backups offering as an alternative. which again allows you to extend that guarantee to your customers. So, as I mentioned earlier, we do provide some pricing discounts on both support and on rentals if you are using one of our hosted regions on AWS. So if you prepay, say 3 months or 4 months, or if you pay 2 years of support, for example, you would get a 20% discount. If you pay 4 years of support at once, you get a 35% discount. If you wanted to pay for 5 years or more, we would extend another higher discount to you. And this applies even if you are paying for enterprise support as well. So we're very happy to deliver these discounts on the hosted licensing rentals. We provide discounts for 3 months. We provide a 15% discount. For 4 months, we provide a 25% discount. So if you pay for 4 months, that's essentially getting a free month. By paying 4 months at once, you get a 25% discount. Over 4 months, that's like having a free month. So we're always happy to deliver these discounts. We're always happy to make it possible for you to deal with us on the commercial side, and to give you incentive to keep your business running with us. So always talk to us about that. I think that's pretty much it in terms of the information for discounts and the support tiers. On the billing side, as I mentioned earlier, we are able to give you the option to pay crypto. We're also very happy to provide automatic payments. Uh, any issue that you have on the commercial side, I'm always very happy to address and deliver information. I'm happy to jump in a meeting, day or night, my time or your time. That's what Sippy pays me for. Is I'm always very happy to do it. Philip?
All right, thanks. Awesome, Fred. Maybe one point to add about those Amazon S3 backups is one of the nice things about that feature is that your data is stored offsite. So regardless of which co-location you're at or data center you're at, if there is some sort of physical damage or fire or flooding that takes place within that data center, your data is stored somewhere completely different. That's backed up in many redundant places, and that data can always be retrieved and deployed out in another location fairly rapidly through our support teams. So it's really important to decentralize your data in case of natural disasters or catastrophic events.
Yeah, I think that's very much right, and I think that the ability for the team to encrypt that data is even greater in terms of security for our customers, which is something that we're always emphasizing. So yeah, great point, Max. Now that I think we're about to end here. Do you have any last words from you that you want to share with the viewing audience?
Thanks, Fred. Yeah. Nice presentation, by the way. It's good. It's good we keep our customers updated about any like upcoming changes or improvements in our operations plan, and it's good that we keep developing that side of our business. Yeah, well, thanks all our team members for the hard work. I guess because it would not be possible to develop all those things. And Fred did not mention it, but we're going probably to see you guys at some of the trade shows this year. So watch out for our social media feed. Fred is going to post. We also usually participate in few open source events. So yeah, if you bump into us at one of those places, would also say come over and don't be shy to say hi. We always good to see our customers or prospects or just somebody who knows about Sippy and what we do and talk to them. So yeah, with that, I guess we're looking for another interesting year, and hopefully it will be good for all of us. And yeah, see you guys all later.
Great. So, with Max's final words, I want to thank you again for watching this video. I want to thank you on behalf of Sippy, Max, and the entire team for continuing to be customers using our software, for continuing to trust us and rely on us. We know that the value that you place on us as part of your network and being the backbone of your network is not something we take lightly. We take it very seriously, and we hope to continue to do the kinds of things that deliver value to you and your customers. Having said that, on behalf of Max, Philip, the rest of the team, myself, Fred Marquin, I want to let you know that we appreciate it. And as Doc said to Marty in Back to the Future, where we're going, we don't need roads.